conversation itself. So now we're live on YouTube, and go ahead, João. What can you share about yourself with us?
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good night. My name is Ro. I am 27 years old. Um, I have a degree in physics and in engineering civil engineering. Um, in my free time, I like read and play a volleyball. And I'm working for the Redux Custis, yeah, in buildings. That is.
All right, very nice. And how about you, Fernanda? Go ahead.
Hello guys, I'm Fernanda. I live in São Paulo. I work as a Spanish teacher. Uh, eh, I was giving a class like 30 minutes ago. So I thought, why not practice English if I have a free time? And about me also, I'm married. I have a dog. His name is Scooby. Uh, Also, I guide some conversation here for French and English. Two conversations for French and one for English. And in my free time, I like to watch TV shows, um, stay with my family, and I think that's it about me.
Hmm, very nice. Very nice having you guys here. I'm not Tavares. I'm from São Paulo, the capital, too. I like to study languages. I really like to travel when that's possible and just to learn new things. I'm very curious about things. And that's it. I really love animals, especially dogs. I love eating. And that's it about me, I think. And I just have a question for you, João. Is it a hot tea? Isn't it
Yeah, yeah,
too
yeah,
hot?
yeah. It's a hot
Okay.
because
Isn't it hot where you are?
in my city is very cold in night because have a higher altitude. Yeah, and I like drink to tea in night.
Okay, I just asked because the news is everywhere is cold. No, is hot. So that's why I asked because if that was hot where you are, the weather, that would make sense to drink a hot tea too.
I
But
understand. Uh, um, I like the tea because make me relax. Yeah, because the um, war drinks make me help me to sleep in night.
yeah, I see. And that's very nice, guys. So, just telling some things before the conversation about the platform. Here, Talk and Talk is a platform where we can practice English, Spanish, Italian, French, and Mandarin. In the future, we'll be able to practice other languages too. And here's a safe place to make mistakes. So, we're not here to judge anybody. We're here to make mistakes and to be understood. That's the main point of the conversation. And of course, I'm not a teacher, so I'm not going to teach you anything, but everybody's going to learn a lot from each other's point of view, experiences, and that's about it. Just to remind you, this is a conversation totally in English. Of course, we can say some words in Portuguese if that's necessary, but it's mainly in English. Now that I've said that, we can start with the first question that is actually number two. So, Fifth, about the second question, can you read it and answer?
Yes. What are your personal goals for this year and how do you plan to achieve them? For me, I think my personal goal is improve my French and also like start communicating with people in Italian. I'm studying Italian too. In French, the studies are more like for an intermediate level because I already speak a little bit. So these two are my plans for this year. And I think that's it. Yes, I think these two are the biggest ones for this year.
Will you become not a teacher, a host of Italian or?
Yes, I want to to have an immersion for Italian. I'm doing the process with Philip of the mentoring each month for having the to keep studying Italian and those stuff. So I need to deliver some videos and those stuff for being a host in some months.
All right, very nice. And how about you, Joe?
I have some problem because Philip um, take me to the wall, yeah, for the become host in next year, and I need to improve my English for this. But about the question, in this year I try saving some money for to travel in my next vacation, and I'm try improve my English. Yeah, for the about the money, I in my free time um make the side projects. Yeah, for example, the projects of the structure of the the buildings, or projects of the improve the process in in in, in enterprise. Uh, and about the English, I am trying to make a 2, 3, or 4 immersions in per week. Yeah.
Now I just remembered or linked the information. You are João from the post on blog about the 20% of talk and talk is the result of
Yeah.
80%. No, no. I knew about the post, but I didn't know it was you exactly.
Yes.
That was really great.
I I'm stop the writing because I the charge of the routine, but in the well, next next month I try right now again.
All right, very nice. That one was really great. And let me see about this question. I can say like learning mainly not to how to drive because I'm in this process. To know how to drive is really something that I want to do to be more independent, so to be more free, just go wherever I want. Um, not about the car because it's another topic, not to mention that, but I'd say that one, and of course to improve my English as much as I can. My French, I need to practice more with the first immersion of French, but first French immersion. But that's what I'm trying to do now, and what I'm trying to achieve until the end of the year is um these main ones. That are other things, but not too interesting. And João,
Mel,
about the yeah,
how many languages do you speak?
a few, not as many as I wanted to, but English, of course, Portuguese, English, French, and German. I'm learning too. So it's great. I already consider, of course, myself a polyglot. So even though I'm not really great, especially at German, which is really hard to learn, but we need to try to go for it. So I already consider, and of course, Fe speaks like 10 languages. She can tell even better than me.
No, no.
Which ones do
I,
you
s-
speak?
Portuguese, of course, English, Spanish, French, and I'm in the process of learning Italian.
All right. So five. That's very nice. And Faye, about the third question, how do you define your personal success? What does it mean to you?
I think as a teacher now, I think it's like having a lot of students, and these students have like a good level in the language, like having like a process of learning that is good. So for me, the most important, the success for me is see that my students have achieved their goals, and that the Spanish and my classes help for that. And obviously also having for living and doing my stuffs, the things that I want to do. I didn't say about saving money, as João said, but I'm also saving money for some goals. I want to like do some, I don't know how to say this in English, reformas at my house. And also, yeah, I think it's for this and for travel. So this having this time for the family and yes, I think that's it. Like having also this balance between your personal life and work, I think is also important for having success too.
Yeah, and is it easy for you because you work like from home, right? So it kind of mix everything together or not?
Yeah, sometimes mix everything together because my classes I have more in the morning, more students in the morning and at night. Uh, but sometimes it's really difficult not working all day because of it, like because I have students during all day. So it's really difficult sometimes, but I'm trying to not to have some to go out sometimes on weekends for try to balance everything.
Yeah, that's great. And how's that for you, João? How do you define personal success and what does it mean to you?
For me, this is about the look to back um, um, you can see the progress, yeah, or that you can activate the goals. For example, the make the I don't know say this in English, reforma in your house. For example, you can um, you can pick up the photo in the sea as um, after and before, yeah, and I don't know, is make the example for others people, the family, for example.
Yeah, that's so interesting. And do you really like this area? Like you work with this? And how do you manage this time about work and your personal life?
It's very difficult split the work and personal life because and sometimes I work in my house and not have a privacy. Yeah, it's very difficult because the people see you in house and think it's not work, for example. But right now I I can see the split on my personal and my work life. Yeah, but in past is very it has a very difficult split the lives.
Yeah. Uh, that's so interesting. Like talking about this one, for me, it's not one specific thing is like as more as João, like, but okay, I'm going to say clear. It's more like to feel fulfilled, like to feel like you are a success person. You know, you don't have to crawl over things. You know, you know your value. So for me, it's more about success, about this. So about knowing your value. It's about not giving everything, give everything up. If you start something, you know, you try to finish this, to not to feel okay, I can start and then not finish something or something like that. In my point of view, this success is so important for me to have this clear about, okay, it's not something, one thing specifically, but it's one thing that I can feel. It's something that fulfills me, basically. So that's kind of a feeling. And for me, it's more difficult. Of course, I don't work, I don't have a job right now, but I study really hard, and because that's will be my work in the future, and that's why I do this all. And João, about the fourth question related to that, can you read and answer?
Yes. What habits do you believe are essential for personal growth? Mm. Like you say, never stop learning is a great habit, yeah, because we we live in this world of dynamic world, yeah. The professionals charge out time, and um, you and if you maintain learning out time, you can charge the professional charge your mind more easy, yeah. And having the more diverse experience, yeah, driving and talk um, for the other persons, persons of the outside the you I don't know, bubble, yeah, bolha, yeah. I'm I think that.
All right, that's interesting. And how's that for you, Faye? What habits do you believe are essential?
I agree with João. I think study is really important. Like try to be always be better. And other thing is like caring about your family, people that are close to you, is essential for growing up. And also maybe try to see what you did wrong in some situations and try to act better in in next opportunities. So I think these things are important too.
Yeah, and do you think it's easy to go through this personal process of growing up, like this whole process about maturing, basically?
No, I don't think it's easy because uh, sometimes you feel that you're not capable of making decisions. Um, Actually, I feel that sometimes, but it's life. We need to make decisions. Also, um, deal with the consequences of our acts. So we need to try to make the decisions the best way we can for not having so bad consequences.
Yeah, see? And how do you deal with that, Joan? Do you agree with her? Like, do you have any advice for that personal growth development process? You are muted. Click on the button. You're muted. We cannot hear you. Click on the microphone, you know. It happens.
Sorry. Um, like Fernanda said, is a adult life, yeah, because the we need make the decisions of, for example, choice the professional, you know, the I am a engineer, or I am a author, um, prof author work, for example. But when I make the decision, I can see the growth, yeah, because it's very difficult in some moments, um, um, choosing work or learning, for example, because we need um, uh, m- make the balance, yeah, and in our time we stay tired for this. For example, we study English for 10 p.m. Is very difficult, yeah, for the long long day, and have some problems in work, some problems during the learning other things, but we maintain fo- focus in and the long time goals, for example.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not easy, as we were saying, but it's necessary, right? We need to do, and we should do what we need to do. Sometimes it's not great, it's not pleasant. Sometimes it's painful, but we need to go through this to get to see the light at the end of the tunnel, something like that.
Um,
So I believe that even though it can be hard, it can be difficult, it can seem like we won't succeed at this, but we can do that, and we are able to do that. That's the main thing that we need to keep in mind. Not to think about, okay, what if I give up about this? I'm not going to succeed because if the other person is better because they have a different history from you, so they are not comparable to you, but you compare yourself to different situations and all. But it's important to compare ourselves only with our past selves, like today compared to yesterday and tomorrow compared to today, because I believe that it's the way that we can grow up more, believing and having this measure process, so you can measure how much you've grown up in a while, instead of just comparing yourself with other people that won't even make the difference about you, because they are doing their own things, and you are caring about what they are doing, but you're not doing your own stuff, basically. And related to the question number 5, João, have you ever had a mentor or someone who really inspired you? How did that person impact your life?
I had two mentors, yeah. One in a physics university. The name is Márcio, and he's a crazy people, because um, in when you when her study, um, her make the PhD, after the, I don't know say this in English, mestrado, ele, the jump, yeah, the graduation for PhD, and make her a crazy people, because he's a very smart and charismatic teacher, yeah, um, uh, and learn me a lot for math, for physics, and I finish my course. I look for her, and I am my goals is I don't know, me tornar como ele em algum momento. And the second mentor is my manager now, yeah. And like Márcio is learning me a lot for some anything, and take me very problems, and me deixa resolver. Então, is a process for the growth me in my professional or my work, for example.
Yeah, it's great. It's great that you had this opportunity too. I'd say I do or I did, yeah. And but the ones now that I look up to as an inspiration, they are more like not so accessible people, like someone who already did what they needed to do and they are millionaires, billionaires. So these ones I accompany by the social media, and these are the main ones that I follow now. Of course, people close to me that I see that has a great history, a great bagagem or journey. That's it. I already look up as an inspiration too, and but mainly the ones from social media, not the gurus of the internet, but the real ones that I see and that I really believe them, and try to learn everything that I can from them. So try to understand how their mind works, because it can be different when you know something like, tá, na minha cabeça, teoricamente, I know this, but the theory, but na prática, this is completely different. And that's the thing that I want to improve more with them. So being able to, I don't know, not to maybe have access to that because it's kind of not possible, but that could be interesting just by reading their books, trying to understand really their mentality, I'd say. And that impacted me a lot, I'd say. I wouldn't be the person who I am now if I didn't met them. And even just by social media, but that's already a great impact, I'd say. And how's that for you, Fib? Do you have someone?
Mm, also, I did like a mentoring with a Spanish teacher. It was like for teachers in general who wanted to improve their business, have more students, those stuff. Um, Her name is Raquel. Uh, and she's a professional that I inspire because she's always trying to improve her classes. She's always studying. So, and someone that has a lot of students. She always has a course for studying Spanish online. So, yeah, she's someone that inspires me, and she helped me a lot for improving my company and having more students. So that's why she's someone that who inspired me.
That's great. It's nice when it's not my case at the moment, but it's great like being able to say my company, my own business.
Yes. Yes,
No,
yes.
yeah. And how do you feel like? Do you feel like more? How's that? The sensation, the feeling, basically, about being an entrepreneur?
Sometimes I feel that is too much for me to take attention on, like too much to do. Um, but I feel like happy because when I need to do something, I see my schedule and see if I can do or not. And not, for example, oh, I need to go to the doctor. I see my schedule and see what time I'm free for schedule this appointment. But in the past, I needed to ask my boss, oh, I will go to the doctor. So this is really good, like having this freedom. I work more than before, but I feel happier than I was when I was working in a company.
That's very nice. And related to that, about this challenge that you may face when talking about this entrepreneurship or things like that about your work, how do you deal, number six, how do you deal with challenges and failures? Can you share an experience about that?
Nowadays, I think I do better in the when I did my career transition. I had in the beginning it was very difficult because I didn't have so many students, and anyone that said for me, I will not continue with the classes. I stayed like a lot of days thinking why this person is not continuing with the classes. But now I understand that is part of the process. Is normal, and yes, I think I do better. But some days I'm not so productive. So I try to like, okay, you are not so productive. It can happen. I try to really deal better with the challenges, try to think in solutions, but sometimes it's not so easy.
Yeah, yeah, as you said, it's part of the process, and sometimes we can be not that great. That can be like a day that we are kind of bad, we are sick, we are, you know, everything but good, everything but great. So dealing with this, I'd say, is one important thing that we can do, at least to start to improve this, and not to depend about the motivation. So sometimes we need to do things, and that's it. We don't have choice, basically. So that's necessary for us to do, and that's how I tend to face things. Okay, it's not something pleasant, it's not something that I would like to do now. I'm not com vontade of doing that. It's something boring, I'm not into it, but I need to do, so that's necessary. And try to do it not as fast as I can, but to face it. Like if I need to do something, maybe I can procrastinate because it's boring, it's something, but when I do this, I go for it just to finish this, and I don't have to see this again, basically. And how's that for you, João?
Huh. Um, I like the hard games because we can fails all time and learn for the fails. Yeah. But when when we work for the improve the process, we fail all time because we think the process has a one form, and when we see the process um, running, we can see the um, something very different the thing before. For example, we 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 make the app for the I don't know, um, control of courses in building, and the engineering or the uh, others persons that working in building, we can we don't don't conseguiu use the app, for example, and we we nós tivemos the start for the app I don't know, the 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 starting again, and the we mm, we perdemos. We lost some time for this. For example, is 2 months, because we think and think, and we try. It's very different.
Yeah, I see. But was it, do you feel like it was something you could do to change? If like it was something you could have done differently, or no, you just would know about this change that you would need to do if that happens.
Oh, I don't have problem with this, but it's very frustrating and lost time. Yeah, because in start we is excited, but before after the result is we have a very sad, because it's very different for the think, for example, but it's the life, yeah. And we don't know, we had very problems, but is running now, the app.
And that's it. That's very interesting. That's one thing that I'm trying to deal with, especially about this wasting time thing. For me, like it's something really bad that happens, that can happen, and that's the main thing. It's not even the resource, but the time, because I'll think if something went wrong, I'll probably think, okay, I should have done different then, because I saw that um, that thing that's foi um sinal. Tipo, aí eu penso que tudo é um sinal que I should have stopped at the beginning yet. So I didn't happen, and I think, okay, I wasted my time here. But sometimes it's necessary for us to have this experience of failure. Of course, we can try to learn with other people's mistakes, so we don't need to go through the same situation. But sometimes we just need to go through it to understand, or not even to understand, but to really preach this after that. So that's something that I try to change. But I think I'm so much better now than I was before. No doubt about it. I could have been worse if I didn't change some things. That's why we need to always improve this mentality, I'd say. And João, about the seventh question, what books or resources on personal development do you recommend and why?
I when I younger, I I read a lot books of the um, personal development, but I like two books, and I don't know say this in English. O Poder do Hábito is a very good book, and Outlier, yeah, because the first book, you can see um, the forms of the make to new habits or a good habit, yeah. For example, make more exercise, um, make a meditation, yeah, and um, you learn make a schedule for the and plans for create a new habit, yeah. And outline, you can see the the success. It's not depends only in you. For example, depends of the environment on your stay. For example, the in book have a example for the Bill Gates is um, the certain person in a certain local, yeah, in the uh, certain moment, yeah. Uh, her pick up the computer in the start the internet, for example, and you he can I don't know aproveitar this in the right time. Yeah, it's the two books.
Yeah, that's very interesting. About the second one, I didn't read yet, but I'm going to search about it. Is it really great? Is it?
Yes, the outline is a very great book. Yeah, because have a statistic, have a stories, and make um, line, yeah, start line in the US, for example. More, you can see various cultures, yeah, they compone this USA.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I really like to learn, to study, to read about this personal development thing. It's something that is really interesting for me, especially I don't know, really to understand how why we do some things, like why we procrastinate, or to really study about the psychologist part. It's something that really interests me. And one thing that I feel one or two books that I can remember are one of them is about ponto de inflexão. That one is more
Flávio
related to
Augusto.
the, yeah.
Yeah.
That book was great for me, talking about this process of mentality, about understanding this specific point of our lives that we need to understand it to make a difficult decision in life. And another one is I don't know how to say it, O Motorista e o Milionário. That one was great too. And these ones I would recommend. And how's that for you, Faye? You have a bookshelf, right? Right
Yes.
atrás de você.
Yes, yes. I thought about the book Atomic Habits, Hábitos Atômicos.
Yeah.
It talks about habits, how your actions during your week and people that are close to you can influence on how you keep your good habits or keep the bad ones. So I think it was a good book for me that sometimes I have difficulties to continue with the good habits. So I'm trying to, I don't know, to improve this part. And I think this book is really good for this. It can help.
Yeah, and do you prefer like the physical books, the normal ones, or I don't know if you use the, I don't know, Kindle? I don't know what's that, but do you
Yes, this
use it?
Kindle I use in the past when I was younger, I used to take some books from the biblioteca, like for reading. It was books with stories like romance or terror or something like that. Um, but nowadays that I need like to buy the books, I normally read more in Kindle. So I think I I like the physical books, but sometimes it's easier having them in Kindle.
All right. And do you think your concentration, I don't know, se você pega o conteúdo easier, does it change about the Kindle or in the book, the physical book? Because for me, if that's something online, it não pega na minha cabeça. So if
Mm.
that's really the physical book, it's better for me to understand somehow. I don't know why, but how's that for you?
No, I think it's I'm getting the the content in the book when I read in Kindle. But in the beginning, I started reading there. It was complicated for me, like to getting used of this because it's different of reading a physical book. But now I think I for me it's okay.
All right. And how do you use it, João? About Kindle, have you ever used?
Yes, but do you usually scratch in book, for example? Because for you the physical book is better. You can you usually um make I don't know how to say about this. One
Mm-hmm.
minute.
All right. I think to make a note to write something.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, is this. You use this in your physical books? Is this
Yeah, I
better for you?
do. For me, it's better. For some reason, to to be in contact with the book and to really, I don't know, to mark some things with the pen or to with the post-its. For me, it's better. But something that I wish that could be both about the physical one and the on a internet online one is because I cannot search like if I have one specific word in mind and it's the physical book, I cannot search on Control F and search about the word. So for me, that's
My
bad.
my problem with Kindle is having uh, s- a lot books in Kindle, and I start the read an book and start read the other book. It's very difficult maintain reading one only book in Kindle. It's very difficult for me, but I use it and is and um where in my bathroom.
Okay, that's interesting. Some another book that I or two books that I remember now I are from Caio Carneiro. I'm not going to say the name, but that one and the Kickchester. This
Oh
guys
yeah.
things contents for me they are great. That's it. And guys, I wish we could have more time to discuss more about this topic because we could talk about it for hours and hours, but the time is almost up. And of course, I want to ask you that little question that I always ask in every immersion, that is, what did you learn tonight in this conversation? It can be a new word, a new expression in English, or something related to the contents that we were talking about. So, how about you, João? What did you learn tonight?
Oh, and now I have a new book for reading. Yes, Motorista and Milionário. But I'm writing some words in my papers for the I am make a browsing before. Yeah, but is more important is a book, for example, for
Yeah,
me.
very nice. Thank you very much for being here tonight. That
Yeah.
was a pleasure.
É, I don't know se do prazer foi meu.
Yeah, me neither, but no problem. And how about you, Pip? What did you learn?
Ah, yeah. I think today was a good topic. First, discuss about our goals. I learned new books for for reading. I need new books now for reading, improving. It was a really good time for practicing English.
Yeah, very nice, guys. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I just sent the survey link on the chat. So, as always, if you can, please leave a comment telling how the conversation was for you. It's very important for us to know more about the conversation if you are liking it. And also, if you have any suggestions about what I can do better and about different topics that you guys want to talk about in the future. So, just to remind you, I have two emergencies on Tuesdays. They are at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. You guys are always very welcome there. All right, any questions? No?
No, no.
No.
All right. So thank you very much. And I hope to see you again anytime, guys. See you.